What are we on time? We're ready, I think. Okay. Oh, I should have left it there. What do you mean? It's like we put it on pause. Oh, there they go. Hey folks, we hope you enjoyed that. That was kind of fun. We didn't expect that, and they just performed for us, so performed for you as well. And so you know me, I'm Scott, and this is Bobby, my husband, and we just wanted to have a fun time this evening with you and talk about who's your neighbor. Who is your neighbor tonight, right? So we got some fun stuff. Let's talk about some of the things that have been going on, though, like the virtual cocktail party we had Friday night.
Yep.
You want to talk about it?
Well, not a lot to talk. It was a first timer, and I guess what the total of 4 people showed up on it. A bunch of invites went out, but
It was on Zoom.
on Zoom. Yes, same routine as this. I guess too many people were just not that confident in how to set it up and move forward. Anyway, with just 4, we had a lot of fun.
We did have a good time.
We were joking and laughing.
We started out in the hot tub.
Yeah, Scott and I were sitting in the hot tub with the camera on.
Had a
us.
good time with that.
Yeah.
And then we've got another one that's planned, though. We've got one that's planned for Tuesday. Taco Tuesday is going to be a virtual cocktail party and a taco party. And if you want to join, if you want to be a part of the conversation, send me an email or a text message, and I'll send you the instructions for this Tuesday night, and we'll have a great time with that as well.
Yeah.
So, hey, what have you been watching on TV lately? We don't watch the same TV. See, I watch TV outside because I enjoy it out there, and he watches it inside. Every now and again, we do get together and we'll find a movie or a series that we enjoy and watch together. Huh?
Well, I've been binge watching the British TV series, the detective series, the spooky spy series, a lot of detective series. It's all on Prime Video.
A lot of free stuff, but you know, I noticed like HBO and Stars and that, they have free stuff, but they have 3 episodes only. And that kind of pisses me off a little bit because I did watch one and I didn't realize it was 1 episode only. And well, if anybody out there has a password for their HBO and would let me have it, I'd appreciate it because there's a series I want to watch. And as soon as I'm through watching this series, I'll erase the password and the sign in and all that
Well,
stuff.
it's of course it's come on bait. They sucker you in with one series, you get hooked, and I guess they expect you to sign up
Look at
for
my
the
coffee
full
run.
Oh, say can you tea?
Oh, say can you tea? You know who this image is on the front? I almost said idiot.
You
didn't I?
almost did.
I would never say idiot because this is one of Bobby's heroes, if you will. And what's his name?
That's Rush,
Yeah, it's Rush. That's right. So here's the Rush.
and he's having some pretty serious medical troubles that you wouldn't wish on anybody.
Well, that's absolutely right. Speaking of medical issues, you know, let's talk about the coronavirus a little bit, and let's talk about who's your neighbor, okay?
Yeah.
Because we do have some people that we want to mention this one here is Christian Coulter, and this is a Facebook post, and I thought it was very important. And you want to read this, Bobby? And
Sure. It says here, and I'll just read what he posted.
yeah. And this was today on Facebook.
Yeah. A serious word of caution to all runners, walkers, cyclists out there. I was walking my dogs this morning and 3 runners came toward me without masks. They couldn't see the danger, but I could. The rising sun was behind them, and in the morning chill I could see the vapor from their breathing very clearly. It surrounded all 3 of them and followed them for some time. As they came close to me, I had to move over to the other side of the road to avoid the vapor. That is how far it traveled from them visibly. Please, everyone, she emphasizes, wear a mask out of respect to others. The 3 of you are young. The 3 of you are young and most likely to survive the virus if you got it. But these 3. This type. These 3 are young. The joggers are young and most likely to survive the virus if they have it, but many around might not. This is not a time to be selfish and gung-ho against the establishment. This is serious stuff. Boy, do I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Behave seriously, if not for yourself, then for others.
Wear protective gear.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes so little to wear the mask and the protective gear, and there's now there's a big push about opening everything up, and I'm not going to get into that, but at least if they do, we want them to be protected, and we want them to wear the mask and the gear, right?
Well, it's always situational. I mean, it's situational in the large sense, meaning the whole store that you're in or the park that you're walking through or whatever, and it's also situational on a 6, 8 to 10 foot radius around you. It's situational.
That's right.
And what applies to one area with nobody sure as hell does apply to an area that's got a whole mob of people
That's
around.
right. And
Hey, by the way, Scott doesn't know this, but I just saw something the other night that was just really cute. A guy came out of what was it? It was the gas station we were at.
Racetrack.
Yeah. The
that car?
gentleman came out of the racetrack and he had on a heavy T-shirt, whatever it is, and it said on here in big block print, "My cat invented social distancing," and I think that is just super.
Yeah.
Cats definitely invented social distancing.
But Tasha's not that way now. Most cats are. Most cats, they have their distance and they go somewhere. But what you saw earlier at the beginning of this, it was what they do all the time. Tasha's really sociable and everything. So I wanted to also talk about John Smutch. I watch his stuff all the time. He's got some pretty good stuff. And today he posted, I never claimed to be an expert. I don't have all the answers. I'm a nurse who works in an infectious disease clinic who will follow the recommendations of the doctors, nurses, and practitioners and administration there, both for myself and the people we serve. He asked, do you wash your hands often and wear a mask, or don't if that's what you have decided? We'll all arrive on the other side of this, one way or the other, and that's exactly right. We will arrive one way or the other on the other side. And then Kevin Anthony said he went shopping for essentials today. Masks and Clorox had nothing to do with the president's, Clorox wipes. And he said, I couldn't believe the amount of people not wearing masks who walked right by me or tried to shop next to me. I got so frustrated, I started raising my voice when asking people to stay away from me. The elderly people in the store looked scared and frightened, mentally not doing well under social distancing already, and that stress on top of it. And that is a lot of stress, you know. We go to the grocery market and we see the same thing. Bobby and I are the only two that are in there. And there are a lot of people in there that aren't wearing masks.
And elderly people over 65 and well above that, they got a good reason to be fearful because, hey, they're the ones that are kicking the butt.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of that, we've got some numbers for you on the cases. And I wanted to first of all say this was really disturbing news, Bobby, the other day when we heard this on the news. Yeah. Florida has been significantly underreporting the state cases. And they say it's because of a backlog, a blind spot in the data. Oh my God, it's terrible. It says that the reason they claim is that the state only reports the number of Floridians waiting to hear back from state labs, not private labs. and those private labs are completing more than 90% of the Florida tests. This is outrageous. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Well, so our numbers here in Florida total infected
36,000 Florida deaths, 1379.
1,379
Yeah, that's 15 deaths over 15
and
deaths
just overnight. Yeah, absolutely.
Lee County had 33 new cases in the last 24 hours, and also had 45 deaths, 3 of them within the last 24 hours.
3 within the last 24 hours. We're still dying, people.
Now this is against the backdrop of across the entire country, 68,089 deaths.
1,343 of them, Bobby, in just the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People are still dying from this, and we're still hearing a lot of push about opening things up. I don't know. Let's get to a better topic. You know what May 10th is, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. May 10th is Mother's Day. So we brought a few things for you from, of course, where everybody gets their stuff, from the internet. And these are kind of, I don't know, kind of squishy-wishy, right?
Yeah.
You know, the thing was Mother's Day's message for the wife or for the partner, a Mother's Day message. So here's some of the examples. You do the
Or
yellow,
mom.
or mom. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll do the yellow, you do the green. Your pretty smile. Oh, this is it. Your pretty smile, your kind eyes, your heart of gold, and your healing touch. You're more beautiful than ever to me. You say that to mom? Go ahead.
Mine's cool. Thanks for being there through the tears, the laughter, and the dirty diapers.
And the dirty diapers, that's right. If there could be a day dedicated to everything you did for our family, it would be your day all year round. Now, I like that. That's
Yeah.
not real much. That's kind of cool.
And there's no one like a mother, and no mother quite like you.
Oh, you
Oh,
mother, you
Mom.
said that right. Mom. Now, this last one here, this one was just off the charts. That's the only reason I've repeated this one. This says, Mother Goose, Ma Barker, Mother Teresa. Of all the mothers that ever lived, you're the motherest. Happy Mother's Day. That's kind of fun, too. All right. We wanted to talk a little bit about, a lot of you know I'm going through some medical issues, and I wanted to show you some of the things that I'm going through. Maybe you can just explain simply what the procedure and why I'm having this procedure, and then we'll show this.
Yeah, I'm sure most of you know what the heck your spinal vertebrae look like. You know, there's a stack of bones, and they're separated by discs. But one thing about those bones is they have like hollow little horns coming out, and that's how the nerve signals get from the spine out to your arms or out to your legs and all that. They travel through these little cables, nerve cables, in those vertebrae. Now, what's going on here is after you have a little bit of
Here's the
age,
one that shows the nerves.
yeah, well, that's a little tough. But after you get a bit of age on you,
Like Bobby, not me.
like things start to compress together, and
They may touch the nerve,
yep,
in my case.
either the bone itself touches the nerve, or swelling and irritation swells up, and that compresses the nerve. One way or another, the nerve gets pinched or cramped or upset.
And see, for me, it's like shock absorbers on your vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine, but as soon as I hit that bump and these things just hit on that
Clatter,
nerve,
rattle, yeah.
I'm just gone. The pain level just goes out of this world.
And it shoots lightning bolts down his leg. He's got sore hips. His wife.
It sets off RLS. Oh,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
It's just
But
crazy.
this device here, that's what they're going to do. They're going to implant that will separate the vertebrae, and then when you go over those humps, what do they do with shock absorbers on the vehicles when they wear out? Don't they put some ledges or something in those too?
They kind of replace
Back
them,
in the day?
actually. They replace them.
Oh, okay.
But the main deal here is that what they do, and the doctor says it sounds ugly as hell, and he says it's actually quite simple. They knock him out, put him on his tummy, and they go in through his back, slice a little hole in him, stick in a tube, and inside the tube, that's a trocar.
Stop.
Inside that tube, they push this little spacer in there, and little wings open up,
Oh, chop. I'm hurting
and
already.
one vertebrae jacks up away from the other, and it stays there forever.
Yeah.
separated.
This is the same doctor that told us one day he was giving me something, an injection in my back spinal cord or somewhere, and he said, if you feel a little prick behind you, it's just me. Yeah, Dr. Jonathan Date.
Yeah,
He's a great doctor, pain clinic. Yeah.
He saw the humor in what he was saying.
Yeah, it's great. Hey, listen, we got one or two more things, and then we're going to wrap this up. If you got any questions, I guess now's the time to ask questions. I don't know how you would ask them and where they would go. I see this down here, but I don't understand too much of it. Look at all
Holy
that.
cats.
I know. Is there?
Wow.
Are there questions? No question. No question. I see. All right. So, anyways, we got one more thing we're going to share with you, and this is a list of. Oh, so I wanted to ask also your other picture. Look, I wanted to ask also. You know, we've done some interesting things since we've been shut in. I mean, I've accomplished some things that have been on my list for a long time. Bobby's gotten back to playing the piano. You know, he's kind of stuck. What do I do? And we've actually gotten some things done, and the social distancing hasn't been too difficult for us as far as that goes. But we'd like to know from you what has been the most difficult about the social distancing with your partner, and also what has been the best part of social distancing with your partner as well. So I'll tell you, I got to say now, and we didn't rehearse this beforehand, I'll say that Bobby and I find living with him even more wonderful since we've been social distancing. You know, I love living with him, and it's been. Yeah. Okay, so 16 LGBT books that will actually change your life. All right, I don't know what this means, but anyways, we're going to go through them pretty quick. The first one here is The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily Danford. Julia says, it taught me to push through the silence and pain of living in denial and fear, and to fight for my love, my singularity, my uniqueness, with all my power, no matter who or what stands in my way. And Ruby Fruit Jungle. Have you read that? No. Ruby Fruit Jungle by Rita Mae Brown. I read maybe 40 years ago.
Oh,
that's how long it's been
wow.
out. And it's funny because the comment by somebody says, my mother gave me a copy of Rita Mae Brown when I was a kid. It was before I was out, and she gave it to me as a way of letting me know it was okay for me to come out. And it reminds me of my mother now. When I was probably 17, she gave me a copy of The Vampire Lestat. Now, if you have not read The Vampire Lestat, it's nothing like the movie. Okay, The Vampire Lestat is a very warm and
second
touching.
word, vampire what?
Lestat. That's the name of the vampire, Lestat, or Lestat.
Oh, that's the vampire's name.
Yeah, it's the vampire's name. And the book's about a love story between him and another vampire whom he loves dearly, and the vampire that he loves dearly doesn't want to be a vampire. He hates being a vampire. But anyways, it's a great story, and my mother thought I would enjoy it. And actually, it was the first time I'd ever read a book from front to cover when she gave that to me. So, anyways, go ahead.
And the next one is Keeping You a Secret by Julianne Peters.
You probably know what that means, huh?
Keeping You a Secret? Yeah. Then comes Fun Home by Alison Bechdel, Bechdel. Two Boys Kissing by David
Leviathan.
Levithan.
Yeah, Leviathan. So anyways, this book here, now, this is an interesting book here, because what it is, the background of it is two boys enter this kissing contest. And of course, the thing is you have to keep your kiss. Whoever maintains the longest, they win. And so, but the book is actually being told by a group of people, a group of men who have passed away that were gay, and the things that they went through, and they encourage these younger gays to get out there and do what you need to do, be strong. It is directed more towards probably the teen or the younger generation, but it's a great book. It's called Two Boys Kissing. It's by David Levithan, Levithan. Check it out if you get a chance. Go ahead.
Next one is Girl Walking Backwards by Bet Williams. Nothing further about it. It's an intriguing title. And then comes a single word, Ash, A-S-H, Ash, by Melinda Lowe. This person, there is somebody that reports on that book saying the prose was so beautiful and timeless, I entered another realm that was more home than my own, one that turned the world on its head, allowing two women to fall in love and without cliche. How nice.
Yeah. And then there's Beautiful Music for Ugly Children by Christian Crohn's Mills. She says, I read this while struggling with my gender identity and identified with Gabe, the main character, who's also FTM. So much. Coming from a small conservative town, I never had anything to compare myself to. So for the longest of times, I just thought I was a major tomboy. At the end of this book, though, I knew I was a trans and felt confident in saying I was a trans. You know, growing up in a small community is really tough, especially
Yeah,
40 years ago. You know,
Yeah.
I grew up in a small town.
Yeah, I know all about that.
The town queer was named Eugene, and anybody
Yeah.
who was caught around Eugene's house, you were queer too, and so
Yeah.
you had to stay away. And
Bruce was always a queer name.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
I know the whole bit.
all right. So the Bermudas, Bemudes, triangle. I don't know what that.
Yeah,
no,
DEZ, Bermudas.
yeah, Bermudas, Bermudez, the Bermudas Triangle by Maureen Johnson. How to Repair a Mechanical Heart, Annie on My Mind, and the band Played On. I'm sure a lot of folks have read the band Played
Yeah.
On, you know, because that's about the AIDS crisis when folks were dying and such as that. Holly's Secret, Like Me, Confessions of a Heartland Country Singer, Not Otherwise Specified, and Am I Blue, Coming Out from the Silence by Marion Dane Bauer. So, hey, I think that's our report tonight.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
I just want to say thank you for those of you who enjoyed us, or
Oh.
enjoyed us.
I
hope you did.
Let me add a different
Okay,
one.
yeah.
And you're going to have to help me on this. The other day in the news, there was a physician, I guess the gentleman was in his 50s or 60s, and he said, back when I first became a physician, I was working with HIV/AIDS patients, and every single one that I worked on passed away. And he said that there was this young research physician. His name is Dr. Fauci.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say it? Fauci. Dr. Fauci. And they showed a picture of him there, and there he is looking 29 years old or something. It's the Dr. Fauci that today is the
Right.
leader of the band in how to deal with the current crisis. And here Fauci came up with the first successful treatment for HIV/AIDS.
Isn't that crazy? That's great.
And it worked. It wasn't a cure, but it saved a heck of a lot of people's lives. It sustained them for an extremely long period of time and enabled them to be available to receive other treatments. So, kind of interesting. We hear about Fauci every other day on the news and all that. Hey, who's that dude? He did something right for the gay community and the larger group of people who suffered from that trouble.
Yep, absolutely. So, in closing, Bobby, we just want to know what? Who's your neighbor?
Who's your neighbor?
That's right. Who's your neighbor? Hey, listen, who is your neighbor? If you got something to report about a neighbor of yours, that somebody who's done something good for you through this time, share it with us. Just send us, and the next time we're online, we'll mention it. Or if there's
Sure.
anything else you want us to mention online, we'll mention that online
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
All right. So, here's signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.